Who was your OTP? Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 couples in Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. For this list, we're only looking at couples that were canon in the shows themselves, whether they lasted or not. Sorry, Zutara shippers. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
And why do I care? I wish I didn't. It's like you got my heart in handcuffs, trying to figure out what I'm missing.
Number 10. Mako and Korra. One half of The Legend of Korra's most intense shipping war, they may not have lasted for long, but they certainly made an impact.
So, you do like me?
Yes, but I like Asami too. I don't know, things are complicated.
Much of the first 2 seasons revolve around the love triangle between Mako, Asami, and Korra. But despite all this teenage angst, Makora still got their time to shine. It's a satisfying conclusion to Season 1 when, after Korra goes into the Avatar state for the first time, she and Mako can finally be together.
I love you too.
And even once they break up, Mako remains one of Korra's most loyal and trustworthy allies, a vital member of Team Avatar.
What lovely young women. Mako, why aren't you dating any nice girls like them?
Number 9. Tenzin and Pema.
Daddy, you're home. We waited up for you. Is Korra okay?
Yes, she's fine, sweetie.
As Aang's only airbending son, Tenzin has the weight of the world on his shoulders. And for the first 2 seasons, it's down to him and Pema to try and rebuild the Air Nation. By the time Legend of Korra begins, Pema is pregnant with their 4th child, who is destined to be another airbender just like his siblings.
Tenzin,
I'm here, Pema.
our new son.
Tenzin and Pema met when she decided to become an air acolyte and learn all about the Air Nation to help preserve the culture. She may be a non-bender, but she and Tenzin share a passion not only for the Air Nation, but for family.
Good luck, and be careful. Remember, Jinora is in charge.
Number 8. Jinora and Kai.
Come on, let's have some fun. We'll be back before anyone realizes we're gone. I guess it will be alright.
The very first new airbender to agree to join the team was Kai, though he got off to a bad start by trying to trick them into thinking he wasn't a no-good thief. But despite their misgivings, the group gives him a chance to live up to his potential when he says becoming an airbender has made him want to be a better person.
Oh, we can't stay mad at you.
Yes, we can. I had a lot of money in that wallet.
Guys, come on.
One person who doesn't need much convincing, however, is Jinora. They hit it off right away and forge a connection strong enough that she's able to locate and rescue him after he's captured by the Dai Li. It's even Kai who helps Jinora realize that she's an airbending master just like her father.
You can do everything your dad can. Plus, you have all those spirity powers. If anyone's a master, you are.
Number 7. Sokka and Yue. The gang travels to the Northern Water Tribe, and while Aang and Katara are busy learning waterbending techniques, Sokka falls fast and hard for the beautiful Princess Yue.
This place is beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
But though the feeling was clearly mutual, so much so that Sokka was even assigned to be her personal bodyguard, it was doomed from the beginning.
Woo, yeah! Ah, good times, good times.
Not long after they meet, Yue has to sacrifice herself to save the moon spirit when it's almost destroyed by Admiral Zhao. Sokka never forgets his first love though, and remembers her every time he sees the moon in the night sky.
Goodbye, Sokka. I'll always be with you.
Number 6. Bolin and Opal. It was a relief when the team headed to Zaofu and Bolin met Opal, Su Beifeng's only daughter, finally finding a girl who liked him for who he was and wasn't bad news.
Opal, that's a beautiful name.
Thanks.
I'm Bolin.
Opal, but you already knew that.
After numerous duds in the form of Korra, who never saw him as more than a friend, Asuka, who didn't let him talk to other girls, and Ginger, who was only with him when he got famous, Opal is a breath of fresh air.
Well, don't stop trying. Just stop trying so much. Just be yourself.
Huh, be myself. Yeah, I guess I could give that a shot.
Though they go through a rough spot when Bolin is briefly allied with Kuvira, he makes the effort to redeem himself and she forgives him. Opal and Bolin are one of those pairings that you can't help but love, and we're glad they got their happy ending.
I think Bolin has worked his way out of the polar bear doghouse.
Yes!
Number 5. Varric and Julie.
You gotta check out my new venture. Moving pictures. Julie, do the thing.
For most of the show, it was never entirely clear why Julie was so dedicated to Varric and all his bizarre orders and requests, cleaning up after him, cooking all his meals, helping him build his inventions, and so on. Because of this, it was believable when she declared she'd had enough of him taking her for granted and went to work for Kuvira.
Because I thought he possessed the most brilliant mind in the world. But when I met you, I realized I was wrong.
But it turns out that this was all a ruse, and she'd been madly in love with Varric all along.
But every day I hoped for the chance to see you again and tell you the truth.
When he learns this, Varric is quick to propose, and they become the only pairing lucky enough to get an on-screen wedding at the show's conclusion.
Will you promise to treat her not as your assistant, but as your honored and cherished partner?
You're darn tootin', I do!
Number 4. Sokka and Suki.
Wait a second, there's no way a bunch of girls took us down.
A bunch of girls, huh? The Unagi's gonna eat well tonight.
One of Sokka's major flaws at the beginning of The Last Airbender was his sexism, but eventually the capable women he met on his travels, not to mention having Katara for a sister, led him to see the error of his ways. One of the earliest encounters was with Suki, leader of the formidable Kyoshi warriors. Sokka sets his old attitudes aside and trains alongside Suki to become a skilled fighter.
I would be honored if you would teach me.
Even if I'm a girl?
I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier. I was wrong.
He returns the favor by freeing her from Boiling Rock, and she travels with them for the remainder of the show.
I'm busting you out.
I'm so glad to see you, Sokka.
Sokka even makes a sculpture of her in the sand, though its lack of resemblance leaves much to be desired.
Is that a blubbering blob monster?
No, it's Suki!
Number 3. Zuko and Mai.
I didn't do anything wrong!
Come on, Zuko. We all know that's a lie.
Mai!
Zuko was introduced as the brooding prince desperate to capture the Avatar, while Mai was one of Azula's lackeys first and foremost. But they both proved themselves to be much more nuanced characters who had been dating on and off since before Zuko left the Fire Nation. Though Mai's loyalties are initially torn, nobody could forget the moment where she finally turns on Azula, who's becoming increasingly violent and erratic, and makes her true feelings clear.
I guess you just don't know people as well as you think you do. You miscalculated. I love Zuko more than I fear you.
It's obvious that these two are cut from the same cloth and have a bond that even the war can't break.
I think it means I actually kind of like you.
Number 2. Korra and Asami. These two had a stranger start than most, both dating Mako at one point or another. But eventually, feelings began to grow, to the point that Asami was the only person Korra wrote to during her 3 years away between seasons 3 and 4.
Dear Asami, I'm sorry I haven't written to you sooner, but every time I've tried, I never knew what to say. The past 2 years have been the hardest of my life.
Though they never kiss on screen, their relationship was confirmed by the creators on social media and is firmly established in the comics.
After everything that's happened the past few months, I could use a vacation.
Let's do it. Let's go on a vacation, just the two of us. Anywhere you want.
Ship them or not, it's impossible to understate the importance of the show's final scene where they walk into the spirit portal hand in hand. It was truly a landmark moment for LGBTQ+ representation, especially in children's media. It's great when a show with so much action makes room for meaningful relationship growth between its characters. Before we unveil our top couple, here are a few honorable mentions.
Asuka! I love you! Mwah! Let's face the end of the world together!
White Lotus has honored my family by coming. Thank you.
Welcome.
Allow me to introduce the matriarch of the Metal Clan, Su Yin.
Please call me Sue. I thought I'd never see you again.
I never doubted.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Aang and Katara.
I need to ask you something.
What?
Please, come closer.
What is it?
Will you go penguin sledding with me?
After being frozen in ice for 100 years, Katara's was the first face Aang saw upon waking up, and she certainly made an impact.
Smoochy, smoochy, someone's in love.
But traveling the world so Aang could master the elements and defeat the Fire Lord didn't leave a lot of free time. So it wasn't until the final few seconds of The Last Airbender that Katara finally accepts how she feels. By the time The Legend of Korra rolls around, Aang and Katara have had 3 kids who take after each of them in different ways, and Katara remains a loving mother and renowned healer.
That's one happy family.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Figure out it was your loss, and why do I care?